What's up, y'all? My name is Genesis Denise Hale, the melanated multi-hyphenate, and I've partnered with True Star to give y'all a new show where we will be interviewing every extraordinary youth from Chicago you can imagine, called Content, Culture, Life. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Genesis Denise Hale, the melanated multi-hyphenate, and you are watching Content, Culture, Life. Today, we got my homeboy, Papa J, a rapper, singer, songwriter, triple threat dancer with deep roots in Chicago. This talented young man has performed in front of millions of viewers nationwide since the age of 5. His acting credits include South of Heaven, Safety, Reasonable Doubt, and the hit movie Creed 3, where he plays young Adonis Creed. Papa J's music label, One Love Entertainment, is set to release his leading EP, slated for 2023. Well-known producers such as Timbaland, Babyface, and Hitmaker have all co-signed the superstar status, as he's a refreshing young talent with a bright future. Despite his success, Papa J remains humble and wants to bring the love back to music and make a positive impact on his generation. What's good, Papa J? How you feeling?
What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm doing wonderful. How you? All right, so before we get started, what should I call you? Papa J?
Papa.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Papa. That's funny. They gonna say something about that. All right, so look, let's get into these questions. This is Content, Culture, Life. There are 3 sections. The first section we're gonna get into is our content. Tell me about your connection to Chicago.
You know, I was born in LA, but at 3 months, my dad moved me to Chicago, so Chicago was all that I knew. So it's just, you know, I'm from Chicago. That's the first house I was ever in, for real, was in Chicago. You know, first school, Chicago. So it's my home.
And when did you realize that you wanted to take acting seriously?
I realized I wanted to take acting seriously when I was around 11. You know, it's kind of crazy. I really just woke up and I told my dad, I was like, I think I could really do this acting stuff. And the first audition I got, I booked my first movie called Safety on Disney+. So yeah, it was a blessing.
Man, that's dope. Okay, so being on set is obviously commonplace for you. So out of all the sets you've been on, what are some major differences and some major similarities?
I mean, one of the major differences is you got a bigger budget set, you might have a lower budget set, and then, you know, you can come from a big budget set and then right into a low budget set, and that's like, it's different, but you know how to adjust. You know, me, honestly, I feel like it's just a blessing for me to be on any set and book any role in any movie, no matter how small it is, no matter how big it is. So I'm just very appreciative of that. But yeah, it's not really too many differences. You know, some might not be as positive as the other, might not be as organized as the other, but you know, you still just keep going, just keep working. Come to set happy.
I hear that. Okay, now regardless of what set you're on, what is your process for like preparing yourself to get into any type of role?
I really just work with my pops. My dad, he's my acting coach, and you know, we just work on just really becoming the character and really getting into the scene and everything that's going on, reading the whole entire script, figuring out who this character is, how I can add my own flavor to it, and then it all just works out.
Oh, well, you snap, you do it anyway. What were you doing when you found out you got the role for Creed 3, and how did that feel?
I was at school, so my dad, he picked me up from school, and I came outside, and he had my my agents and stuff on the phone, and I was like, what's going on? And like, mind you, when I found out I got the Creed 3 audition, I dropped everything. Like, I was in school and I was telling my teacher, I was like, you know, it was kind of bad, but I was like, I'm not doing no work. I need to study my script. Like, I just literally was just studying my script. Oh, and my teacher, one of my teachers, in my history teacher, he let me just study my script all in class, and, you know, it really helped me. So when I did the audition, I felt like I booked it. And so when I left school, and my dad told me that I booked the role of Creed, I was like, this is crazy. I couldn't believe it, and still now, I still don't believe it. Like, it's crazy to even see my face on that screen. It's just, it's wow.
That's crazy. Now, speaking of, can you tell us a little bit about your role in Creed 3?
Yeah, you know, I play young Adonis, which is young Michael B. Jordan, and with my role, they're really just telling the story of how young Adonis got into boxing. And I can't really give too much information without me spoiling the movie pretty much, so y'all should go watch it. But it's basically the story of Damien and young Adonis and how they end up fighting each other.
That's fire. Okay, and what makes this project so special for you?
I mean, it's really my first big movie. Like being in theaters and, you know, doing a red carpet where they shut down Hollywood Boulevard. That's what makes it different for sure.
Well, okay, that's great. But which Creed movie is your favorite? Because, I mean, technically you're in Creed 3, but have you watched all of them?
Yeah, I'm not saying this just because I'm in Creed 3, but I really think Creed 3 is the best Creed. Like, Creed 1 was great. Creed 2 was amazing. But I think Creed 3 just...
It got a little something extra.
Yeah, it's something different.
Copy that. What has been one of the most surprising things for you about the life of a celebrity?
Really just how fast you have to move. Like, I just touched down in Chicago yesterday, and then I had to go to, you know, a little event just with my family and stuff like that, watching a movie. Then today I got this, then watching the movie again, the interviews, then I got to go back on set on Monday, so I leave today. So it's like, it's constantly just going, you know, and being able to still, you know, do your job while being tired. But it's always fun for me, so I don't really feel any type of way.
Good. At there any point, like, in time where you just like, I'm done, like, I'm sleepy, I need to go to sleep now, today?
I mean, my pops, he always watches me. Like, he'll be like, hold on, man. He a real one, so it's like, if he feel like people are overworking me, he gonna be like, hey, hold on, y'all. Like, we done. My son not doing this right now. Because I'm the type of person where it's like, I like the challenge, so I'm gonna just keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
And my dad, he always just makes sure, like, you know, Pop, if you feel any type of way, let me know. If you feel anything, we done. Like,
yeah.
shit.
That's valid. My mama do that too.
Yeah.
All right, so you are obviously doing all these things. You gotta go get on flights. You got premieres to go to, but you also sing and you rap. So you have a whole career. Like, how do you balance being an actor and a singer?
Really, it's just, I can't really say I balance it because it's like, it's something I've been doing my whole entire life. So I don't really have a certain way I balance things. It's just, like, all this is really fun for me. Like, I like doing this. I had dreams of wanting to do this. I had dreams of wanting to be on billboards. So now that it's actually happening and being in multi-million-dollar movies, it's just, I'm just in awe of everything.
Beautiful. All right, let's get into a little bit about your music, though. Who influences your music the most?
I'll probably say, like, so my dad used to rap when he was younger, and when I was younger, I really just grew up listening to his music. Like, I know almost every song. So, you know, the first song I ever recorded was with my pops. So really my dad, and I can't really say, You know, I'm gonna say Bruno Mars, Michael Jackson, James Brown, yeah, mainly them. Chris Brown. Sure.
That makes sense. You are one of the only, like, the few people that I've met that also have, like, a father that does music and they listen to the majority of their music. That's, what you call it? Let me see. What's your favorite song of your dad's?
It's just one song called One Beat Away.
One Beat what?
One Beat Away. But it's like, probably songs that people would know in Chicago is probably the So Gone remix, Windy City, joints like that.
Yeah. Okay, one of your latest videos is for the song I Ain't Playing. Tell us a little bit more about that song.
All right, so I was just in the studio, and I heard this beat, and I was just like, man, this is hard. So I just got in the studio, and I told my engineer, like, just give me the track. And then the first thing I said was, I'm gonna keep it P, and then we just kept going. And then my pops came downstairs, because he was upstairs when I did it. He was like, all right, yeah, we got something with this. So he started helping me write that joint, and we did it together.
That's fire. All right, well, that's been content. Let's get into this culture. All right, so for culture, this is Song Association. We're going to play it with you. Since we heard you be singing up and down, you be in the rafters.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to give you about, 7 words, and you got about 15 seconds to name a song. It could be, the word could be in the title or in the lyrics.
Got you.
All right, so let's get it. All right, so your first word is ain't.
I got you. I Ain't Playing by Papa J.
I ain't playing work. I ain't even got to press the timer for that. Okay. The second one is Love.
I'll probably say that Keisha Cole song. What's that? What's the Love joint? Yeah, I see you doing it right there. She look like she ready to sing.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot how that go. Anyways, Have.
Have you ever loved someone?
You smart. You smart. You real smart. Okay, Friend.
You telling me I'm just a friend? Telling me I'm just I really
these rapid fire questions. All right.
R&B.
Okay, and then your last one is heart.
Quit breaking my heart. What's mint condition? Know what I'm talking about?
Woo.
Prayer T Brown.
Oh, you went back. You went up. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. You ate them all up. We ain't even gotta do nothing else. You ate them all up. All right. Let's get into your life. So to kick off this life section, my first question is, what hardships have you gone through, and how have they affected you?
One of the ones is really just being young in the entertainment business. Like, it's so many people always expect you, to be a certain way, and, everybody is pointing the finger at you because you are young. It's like if a 26-year-old walks in the room and says I'm a singer, it's like, okay, they're a singer. But if I walk in the room especially when I was young, like 11, 12 years old with a Zex or whatever it is at labels, it's like, okay, is he willing to work hard? Is he willing to do all this stuff and all this and all that? It's just everybody tries to figure out, find something on you. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's one of the things.
Is that something you would like, I don't know, hold on. Is that something that you would give like advice to? Like as far as to people who want to be in the industry? Yeah,
like just keep going. Like don't let any of that stuff stop you, for real. Like so many people told me no, so many people told my dad no. And the more that we kept going and the more we started just doing this stuff on our own and just getting out the mud ourselves, everybody eventually comes back around and want to get tickets to your next premiere. I want to get tickets to this and that. You know what I mean? I want to come to your show. Follow me back on Instagram.
Yep, that's the main one. Hey, Nat. And then, is there anything that you would give up acting and singing for?
Nothing. Besides my arms or something like that. Like if they tell me like they got to take off my arms or something, I'll be like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man.
They be like you got to be in Creed, or you gonna give me one of them legs?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even be in Creed if they took my arms.
That's true.
Can't punch nobody.
Oh my God. All right. Well, before I let you go, I heard you have a mentor. Yeah. Tell me about your mentor.
My mentor is my father, for real. That's my best friend. You know what I mean? Don't say what up, Pop.
All right, you guys. Like Papa J said earlier, we have his mentor and close contact. What's your name? Can you tell the people your name?
Well, we have the same name, but I just go by T because that's how they separate us.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, I don't know if I should call you Papa J. But all right. So look, T, I got my first question for you is, what made you decide to take the manager role in your son's career?
Well, I have to be real with you. I don't even like that term because when it's manager, it's transactional, right? So I just let people know I'm his father. I just handle his business. But continuing just like as a father would, you would continue to protect your child. So that's the reason why, even when I did music, I stopped because I didn't have anybody to teach me the game, to protect me in it. So taking on the role of really his business partner, it's just to protect him, you know what I mean? It's just to teach him to the ropes and understand how the business works. So I taught him that before I even started working with his artistry. I taught him how to read contracts at an early age. When he was born, I didn't read children's books. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read real estate books. It was a different development. Yeah.
And in your opinion, do you think that's what makes him unique compared to other teens and other teen actors?
Well, what makes him unique is his work ethic. Like, people don't understand the work that he puts in. So, like, he can be in the studio. We will book a 12-hour session. He would record, like, literally, just like you said about the I Ain't Playing record. He would hear a beat. If he like it, he gonna say load it up. He gonna go and lay his melodies. He gonna start recording on it. If he needs any assistance, I'll just come and guide, but majority he's doing his thing. He had 12 hours. I will call and surprise him with like 30 girls will come to the studio his age, and I'll make him perform on the spot. So it's always keeping him on his toes. So this is in a 12-hour session. And then he would do an interview in the studio. So right after the 12-hour session, we'll go home. It's funny, his dancers are from Chicago. They go home, they ready to go to bed. He get them up, he's jumping rope for another 2 hours and singing his songs while he's jumping. So that was always instilled when he was young. I would, because development's always been fun. So I would say, listen, I'm about to run sprints in the sand. He wanted to do whatever I was doing. So I would rap my words, and he'd say, I can rap mine faster, but it would build up his stamina without him knowing it, you know what I mean? So his work ethic is, like you asked him earlier, like, you know, he said he'd just keep going, like on set. I would shut it down and be like, no, like we about to rap, it's a rap. But his work ethic is, you know, his friends, they act, they come over and they say, oh man, I'm about to go to this party. He'd be like, no, I can party later, I'm gonna go with my script. You know what I mean? And he's the youngest out of all of them, and, you know, he's excelling.
That's super important. We definitely need more people like you in our teen actor lives. And my last question for you is, what advice would you give to parents choosing to be in the same position that you are?
It's really learn the business, and you know, I didn't put my son in the business. Keyword, put him, right? What he'd say earlier, he woke up and he was like, Dad, I want to take acting serious. Now prior to that, I was developing him, right? But I was developing him fun. Like he said, I would shoot my own videos. He wanted to be in the video, so I would put him in the video. But I would put him on set with my videos and say, if one day if I say, okay, I'm not gonna shoot this scene until like 6, 7 o'clock at night. So if he whines or if I know he doesn't really want to do this, right? So he'll wait, couldn't wait till he got his little turn and he'll go up there and show out. So it's really them wanting to be in the business. If you don't ask me to go to the studio, we don't go to the studio.
Right.
If you don't, you know, and a lot of parents, like they come to me and they're like, yo, my kid wants to act, and I'll ask the kid, what's the last 5 movies you watched? Huh? I say, your kid doesn't want to act. If you're not studying actors, why would you want, you know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's well, when the last time you wrote a song, or when you, well, no, I went to this party, you know. So it's really more so allowing the kid to say when he wants to do it. You know, for years, like you guys brought up Timbaland. Timbaland wanted to sign him at 6. I'm like, no, right? Everybody wanted him to be on Disney. I'm like, no. When he said he's ready to act, he booked a 3-movie deal on the first audition. You know, so everything that he's auditioned for, he booked top 5 in casting. But that's because he was developed and on his own pace. You know, he come to me, Dad, I want you to work with me on this. Okay, cool. I want to play sports. All right, we shut down the music. You know, I'll be on set, and as soon as he was just on set, and he had a dance scene, and he shooting a movie with Eddie Murphy, and it was just going and going, and he was like, my chest getting tight. It's done. Like, I walk off the set. I don't care Washington tell you. I call her on the phone like, hey, he don't want to do this, we done. That's the type of parent I am. So it's really, that's the advice. You know, sometimes the parents want it more than the
Absolutely, that's
than the
very
kid.
true.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and just advice, because I can tell that you are in entertainment. It's really the time management, right? So if a kid wake up, a lot of times parents will say kids should be kids, right? But if you wake up in the summertime at 8 o'clock in the morning, you go to bed at 15 hours later, how many hours do you need to be a kid?
Right.
Right? So if you're putting in, my thing with him was, let's go put in 5, 6, 7 hours on something productive, then you have 8 more hours to go be a kid, right?
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know how you answer that question on time. It's really just time management, you know what I mean? And allowing them to say what they, you know, when they're ready to do it.
All right. Well, yeah, man, we really appreciate you. And you are a gem, because we have a lot of parents and just a lot of people in general, like you said, who want it more than the kids. And it makes it hard on us. But we really appreciate, like, my parents are the same as you. And you can tell the difference between the people who nurture their children as opposed to the people who pull their children or lead them into a life that they ultimately don't want to be in.
No, definitely.
So
definitely.
It's really important that we have people like you. Thank you for coming on
Can I ask
Content
you one
Culture
question?
Life. Sure, come on.
What is the definition of humble?
Humble is knowing what you are and knowing how to use it in a way that doesn't hurt people.
What is the dictionary definition of humble?
Which is like basically like putting yourself down, in a sense. I'm paraphrasing because.
Right. I'm glad you said that, right? And this is just for, a lot of people will ask me, my son humble, and I would say no.
Right.
I would say he's down to earth, because really it's a word that's taught for us to lower ourselves. It's really, the definition is to lower one's importance to someone else.
Right.
So you should never lower your importance, right? You should humble yourself to God, your parents, because those are only 3 people that created you, right? So a lot of times, like, if, you know, you just did it naturally, saying he's very humble, but even yourself, you know, you have so much star power. I can just tell how you carry yourself, your energy. So always the word is used to downplay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's to tell you to humble yourself. No, the thing is, I manifested my life, I manifested my son's life. Every movie that he, give you a perfect example, a second movie they called him and they said that he didn't book it. He called the agents back and he said, it's my movie. South of Heaven. They said, no, you don't get it. They've already offered a person a contract. He said, I don't care. I wrote it down, I prayed on it, I manifested, it's my movie. 5 days later, they called him back on his birthday. He booked it, not only booked it, he won Best New Actor. Right?
That's it.
So only humble yourself to your parents and God. Nobody in this room has created you but those 3 people.
Yeah.
All right? Remain
so
down.
It not as much humble, but it's more honest?
It's just being down to earth.
Yeah.
Right. He's a very down to earth kid. I can tell you're very down to earth. I don't even have to meet your parents, you're a reflection of them. All right? So you exude star power. Right? But don't ever let nobody tell you to humble yourself.
I got you.
All right? My girl.
Thank you so much for coming on, T. We appreciate you and your son. This has been Content Culture Life for the last time. I love y'all so much. And it's your girl, Genesis Denise Hale, the melanated multi-hyphenate. I'm going to catch y'all next time. All right, y'all. That's usually it for today's show. But if anything, before you go, is there any place that people could reach you? Or if you have anything else coming up, please let us know. What's going on?
Y'all can reach me Instagram, Papa J Show. Go ahead and follow me. YouTube, Papa J Show. Go subscribe, listen to my music. I Ain't Playing dropped not too long ago, so make sure y'all go check that out. Also, I will be having a new song called Let Me Know dropping soon. I'm figuring out that release date, and also for my EP, I'm figuring out that release date as well. So when it does drop, make sure y'all follow my Instagram to stay updated, you know? And yeah.
Regardless, y'all, he gonna keep it P, baby. All right, y'all, this has been Content Culture Life with your host, Genesis Denise Hale, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time.